What's up, guys? We have a new team. It is a Virizion, a Sceptile, a Dragonite, a Mantine, a Crawdont, and hawlucha. And that's not actually the battle I'm looking for. I want to say this is the battle I'm looking for. Yeah, I think this is the one. This is the one. So, really cool match. Hawlucha is slightly defensive, max speed, and a little bit of attack, adamant nature, I believe. So I lead with Sydney here, and I knew Sacred Sword would have been neutral. I am banded into it. I figured I'd just do as much damage as I could. It almost does half, and I was extremely happy about that. So, turn down for what, you know? So I did about half, and I figured I'd just stay in here, Sacred Sword again. If he wants to sack Jirachi off, that's a problem I'll have to deal with later, because I don't have any fire-type moves other than HP Fire on Mantine, but I don't want to do all that. And, looking at his team preview, Socrate had, no, not Socrate. Sydney, my awesome little green guy here, he couldn't do much to this team, so I figured I'd just keep Sacred Swording and get as much damage off as I could on this stupid Venusaur. I wanted to get it down to about half before switching out to something newish. So that's what I'm going with. So I'm just gonna keep Sacred Sorting. I get it down to half, and I'm like, all right, sweet, not a problem. And he goes for the Sludge Bomb. And I was like, all right. A lot of people like to run like the Protect and all that type of stuff. I was wondering if this guy had the Synthesis or the Giga Drain or both. So now I bring in hawlucha because I was like, all right, hawlucha, let's get this guy. So I take a little bit of self-rock damage, not a big deal. I went for acrobatics here. I was like, come on, I can finish him off. I know I still have my item, but oh, so weak. And then he does that synthesis, and I was like, all right. I kind of wanted him to hit hawlucha because I figured I could live any move, and that would pop my berry, which would pop my everything. So figured I would encore, and I could start Swords Dancing. I don't know if he went for synthesis there. I doubt it. He probably was going for the Sludge Bomb. But I figured if I can get my Swords Dance off now, I could set up a sweep with hawlucha, with a Janitor, and just take advantage. So, yeah. He brings in Multisma, and I was like, ah, shit. This is like the only problem that my hawlucha is going to have, is taking care of this thing. And I didn't think I had enough health to live an attack, and I didn't know if it was defensive, offensive, choiced in some fashion. Probably banded by the looks of it. So I figured I'd just bring Dragonzilla in here. Maybe scare him out of the Volt Switch. If he didn't have Volt Switch, I figured he'd go for Thunderbolt. And if he had Thunderbolt, he might not go for Thunderbolt next turn, which he'd go for the Hydro Pump because I would become a Mega, but I'm not actually a Mega. Don't tell anybody I'm not a Mega. So, it brings Jirachi in here, and I was like, you know, that's fine. I can completely do. I can handle that, no problemo. And I actually went for Substitute here. So, yeah. I get the subs off, he goes for the U-turn. I was like, alright, that's okay. This set is a Pataya Berry, which raises special attack, and Unburden, which when your item is used, you double your speed, so it's an interesting set. I enjoy the set, I do. It's fun. It's a fun set, okay? So now, King Zinglong is gonna come in, and Iron Head, and I was like, Dragonzilla, I thought you could take that, but apparently not. I am defensive as well in that, so I figured to bring hawlucha in here because it's now or never to find out if this dude's banded, and I can get all my HP back if he lets me Drain Punch. And he withdraws Xinglong out and brings in Multisma. I was like, all right, I went for the Swords Dance. I figured he would switch. There's no way he was gonna stay in, especially if he was banded. So I get my Swords Dance off, and I outspeed this thing, and I go for the Drain Punch. And this is very critical because it brings me back up to full health. Now, this is where things just go down. So he hits me with that Volt Switch. I figured he was defensive, especially defensive, so he wasn't going to have that special attack that he needed to take me out. But I only live on 10, so it wasn't like, I didn't calc it, I hoped and prayed that hawlucha could take it. Because, game's over. My attack's about 300, my speed's about 300. And I have Drain Punch. So I'm just going to start launching off Drain Punches. It doesn't take Jirachi out. Very defensive Jirachi. which I'm okay with, but I get a lot of HP back, and he goes for the Iron Head, and I was like, alright, that's not a problem. Yeah, that's going to do some damage. He's getting lefties, but I'm still going to be able to get another Drain Punch off and get some health back. So I just keep launching Drain Punches. That's my plan right now. Is the more the merrier Drain Punches. And this is where hawlucha is so hard to beat, is when he has that acrobatics, which doubles the attack of the move, which brings it to 130, and no recoil on a flying type move. And as you're going to see, this very strong, bulky ass Venusaur gets one hit KO'd. With an attack that does about 260 because it's super effective, plus the 300 attack. It's a lot. And now Zing comes in, Kui Zing Long, and I just Drain Punch to get all my health back because this thing can't survive it. I figured it was banded or not banded, scarfed, because how fast it was, and it's been my Sceptile. It had to be because its max speed's I think 142. So I'm literally just taking advantage of this guy right now. I am whooping on him big time. I'm just gonna keep acrobating and Drain Punching things till they die. And usually when I get in a sweep like this, people DC on me, which is whatever. Now it brings like Kyurem, and I was like, oh come on, I can Drain Punch this thing to death. So this is the savage hawlucha that everybody in the world should be fearing. I love hawlucha. I think he's one of the coolest 6th-gen Pokemon out there. I damn near say he was my favorite. And then Motisma comes in, and Motisma's already damn near dead, so I just Drain Punch, and that's going to be a 4-0 in our victory. And our Fava is what I should have said. Thank you guys for watching the sweep. I think hawlucha's great. I have, I think, 80 in his defense, max speed, the rest in attack with Adamant Nature, and it works out. I did the 80 in defense just in case things wanted to attack me defensively, because that's, I don't know, I just figured somebody would. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe for more awesomeness.